Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here, running on the 5-game CSGO main slate on Sunday. Before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, my name's DK. I make daily videos breaking down NBA, NFL, and esports daily fantasy sports slates, esports including League of Legends, Call of Duty, and this one, Counter-Strike CSGO. So with that out of the way, let's jump in the video. Before we get into players and the prices for today, what we can do is we can look back at my lineup here from Saturday. So Saturday is a slate kind of just want to forget about. It did not go well for me. I won a little bit risky. So let's just go over my lineup here. Floppy, OC, Kusta, Bennett, Device, and Zipex. So I took two dogs here with Cloud9 and Gen.G. Gen.G ended up winning, but Kusta and Bennett were very disappointing. That first game was hard to watch. I think Costa went 4 and 19 or something like that. Bennett was like 8 and 20. It was really brutal. I was like, ugh. I knew my day was over then when that first map. Now the C9 guys, they got 2-0'd, but both Floppy and OC had pretty solid days. If they could have pulled that to map 3, we would have seen big games from both Floppy and OC. So a little bit unfortunate there that they got 2-0'd. Device and Zipex were fine. You know, the main downside with Astralis is they're such a balanced team. No one really went off. They did 2-0 them, but again, we didn't really see a big score. I think Galabe probably the best day for his price, but no one was like great. The Fnatic Vitality game was amazing to watch. Zywoo went absolutely ham, and we saw that kind of worked out if you played. Normally, I try to avoid playing players in the same team, but since Zywoo just went crazy, I think it worked if you would have played Zywoo and then ran it back with like 1 or 2 of those Fnatic guys. But that's pretty rare. So, yeah, that basically wraps it up. Again, a forgettable day for me. Just the Cloud9 getting 2-0'd and the Gen.G guys, even though they won, just disappointing. I like them for the price. I like their upside, and they just had an off day. So, let's move on to the slate for Sunday. I'm not going to break down the early slate. If you guys want, again, the early slate is these 3 games. I mean, if you're looking for safety in the early game, I would probably get 2 or 3 players for that Navi game, and then, kind of pick and choose from these other 2 games. That's how I would go about it. Let's talk about the main slate here. So we have Copenhagen Flames versus Movistar Riders. Basically a pick 'em here. Movistar Riders slight favorites here at -135. Mouse Esports and G2, basically the same thing. G2 slight favorites here at -130. NV versus Bad News Bears, again, almost the same thing. NV slight favorites here at -155. Fury versus MIBR, they're a little bit more heavily favored at -215, but still definitely could go either way in my opinion. Team Liquid versus so this is the one. Huge spread here. Team Liquid -2,000. So yeah, obviously if we're just looking at the Vegas lines here, I think in a cash game setting, if you're just going for safety, I think playing at least 2 Liquid players is probably going to be the way you want to go. Maybe even 3, the full 3-man stack, if you're just looking for safety. Now again, upside, there is these other 4 games they're basically coin flips in my opinion. So you could go either way. It's going to be interesting to see how this slate goes. But let's talk about these players. So on the G2 side, this is a game that has huge upside here. It's going to be really fun to watch. I'm excited to wake up and watch this one. But yeah, look at the prices here on the G2 guys. 7.6K, the highest priced guy, with Hunter, Kenny S, and Nexa all being 7.6K. Yeah, again, this one's almost a pick on G2 slight favorites, but these price tags are super, super appealing. And it's the same thing on the Mouse Esports side. Highest priced guy is 8K. So this is one of those games. It's basically a coin flip. If you guess right here, you could get a huge advantage here because these guys are really, really cheap. So if we're looking at my favorite place here for the G2 side, it's close with those 3 guys being the same price at the top. I'm going to slightly give the edge to Hunter. I think he has the most upside personally. Kenny S is their AD peer. I think he's solid. Nexa as well, but I would prefer getting to Hunter at the top. If you're going to make me pick, I think you can play 2 of those guys if you want to. The price tags are very, very reasonable. If we're looking for value, I would prefer Jax to Armanek there at the bottom. So yeah, really don't mind the G2 side at all here for the price tags. On the Mouse Esports side, again, it's kind of the same thing. These guys are underpriced. Rops and Frozen, this is the duo that's going to carry the Mouse Esports team if they're going to win. We saw them get, unfortunately, 2-0'd when I had both of them the other day. 8K, 7.8K for the both of them. I think both look pretty good. Just which way do you want to go about this game? I think it's even, again, slightly viable. You can play two players from opposite teams in the same game. We kind of saw it there with Vitality and Fnatic, but that's a more rare situation. We had a game go to double overtime. We had Zywoo go completely ham, and his team the rest of the team do nothing, and then Fnatic was pretty solid. So that's more of a rare occasion. On these bigger slates, I don't think, unless you want to get super contrarian, I don't think I would go, playing players from opposite teams in the same game. But yeah, it's, which way do you want to go here? I think both sides this one's almost a coin flip. So on the Mouse Esports side, obviously the two guys like at the top are Rops and Frozen. Woxic you're getting him at a slight discount there off of those guys at the top at 6.8K. He's their AD peer. I think he's fine, but I would just personally rather get a little bit more for Frozen and Rops. Not going to get to Kerrigan or Chris J on the slate. Don't think we have to do that. Next game here, we have Movistar Riders versus the Copenhagen Flames. So this game I think is interesting because it's going to be contrarian in my opinion. These teams are not as well-known teams as some of the bigger teams here on the slate. So I think maybe the public kind of avoids this one, but I think that's a mistake. I think there's some guys that are going to be low on but have some significant upside. So I brought them up here on hltv.org. First, we can go over. Let's go over Movistar Riders first. So Alex is their main slayer here. You're going to have to pay for him, though, 8.8K. Again, I think maybe the price tag kind of scares some people off. He's played against tough matchups here. Mouse Esports, FaZe, G2, still putting up solid games. Now he gets an easier matchup, in my opinion. So certainly I have interest here in Alex at the top. Don't even mind Steel for a little bit less, but Alex is the guy that has the most upside. And then if we're looking for a value play here on the Movistar Rider side, what we can do, again, we can look through their KDs here and kind of scroll through. I think, where is he? So it's actually LoL that has the second highest rating 2.0, right behind Alex. Steel's at 1.01. And he's got a pretty solid KD there, 0.66 kills per round, 0.6 deaths per round. That's over the last 3 months. And you're getting him at a pretty big discount there at 6.6K. So I think he would probably be my preferred value play here on the Movistar Rider side. Let's talk about the Copenhagen Flames here. So again, another team that I think maybe goes a little bit forgotten about because not as well-known team. But yeah, this game I think, again, it's going to be contrarian, but there's definitely some upside here. Farlig is the guy that obviously has the most upside. He has a crazy 1.18 rating 2.0. Again, look at these kills per round, 0.76 kills per round, 0.61 deaths per round. You got to like him. I think he has some pretty big upside, Farlig. If we're looking for a value option here on the Copenhagen Flames, again, you can kind of scroll through these players, look at their stats. I think the guy that probably stands out the most would be Nodios here at, what's his price tag? He's at 6.2K. I guess if you want to get like a really big punt, don't even mind QueenX there. He is, where is he? 0.98 rating 2.0, 0.61 kills per round, 0.67 deaths per round. It's not great, but he's really, really cheap price tag there, 4.6K. So, yeah, I think Farlig would be my preferred play at the top. Nodios there if you're looking for value. If you want to get a super value guy, you can look to QueenX there. All right, next game here, Furia versus MIBR. Another game that should stay really close. Furia are favorites, minus 215, but I think this could go either way. If we're looking at the Furia side, Quesarado has been amazing here, and you're getting him at a discount. Again, 8.4K. There's a lot of really, really good plays today in the 7 to 8K range. For that reason, I'm probably getting a more of a balanced approach. Now, you could, again, there's a Liege at the top for Team Liquid. You could go a little bit more Stars and Scrubs if you want to get like him and then pair him with Nitro for value or something like that. But there's a lot of really, really good plays here in the 7 to 8K range. Quesarado, one of them. He is their main slayer. He's the guy that has the most upside in this team. Furia are favorites. You're getting him at a discount. Those guys at the top. So yeah, I do like Quesarado a good amount if you want to go this Furia route. If I'm going to pair him with someone, again, I'm going to go with Yuri. He was great for me the other day. I think I would go right back to the well here. 76, 72, and 81 fantasy points in 3 of the last 4 games, and you're getting him at a really cheap price tag of 7.2K. I'm going to give him the edge over Henny personally. So yeah, that would be my Freer stack. If I was going to play, it would probably be Case Serrato and Yuri. Art at 6.4 I think is fine, but I think I would prefer some other value plays on this slate. Next team here, we have MIBR. They're slight dogs here, plus 155. Again, I think this one's almost a coin flip as well. There's basically 4 games that are going to be really close, and the Liquid game that is the one that they should win pretty easily. So on the MIBR side, there's 3 guys that piqued my interest. I'm not going to get to Marin or Taco. They're at the bottom. I think I like some other value plays more in the slate, but KNGV at 6.8K. He had a great day the other day, 94 fantasy points. Don't think we can expect that again, but you're still getting him at under 7K price tag. Fur as well, his price tag didn't really move, 7.4K. And then Fallen, their ADP here, he has the most upside, 8.6K. Like I said, there's a lot of really, really good plays in the 7 to 8K range. This one's another one that I think could go either way. But those 3 guys at the top definitely piqued my interest. You could run a 2-man stack there of BR and look pretty solid. Next game here, Yav versus Team Liquid. So yeah, this is where I'm going to target for cash games. Yav's a team I'll be completely avoiding. Not going to go there. They're huge, huge dogs. Sure, upset can happen, but I think Team Liquid takes care of business here. Again, they are the biggest favorites of the day by far, minus 2,000. So this is, I think, where you get your cash game plays, right? So I think value options, like these guys at the bottom here, Twist, Stewie, Tukray, and Nitro. Like Nitro 5.4, hey, not a guy that has huge upside, but this is a really bad team. And if you can get like 40 or 50 fantasy points, right? So say they get the 2-0 sweep, right? That's 20 fantasy points right there. As long as he doesn't do absolutely terrible in the first 2 games, 40, 50 fantasy points is not out of the question for Nitro, maybe even a little bit more. So yeah, he's certainly someone I'm looking there for value. Stewie 2K and Twist as well. Again, they're big favorites. You would probably expect a 2-0 sweep, so most likely plus 20 to their scores. I think these guys are good. And then Naf and Leach at the top. It's, how do you want to go about building your lineup? So obviously these 2 guys look great in a great matchup. But again, there's a lot of really solid 7 to 8K guys in that range. So I think, again, if you're going for cash games, I'd probably get at least 2 Team Liquid guys, maybe even 3. I would probably look to some of these value guys and maybe pair them with a Liege or Naf at the top. I would prefer getting to Liege if they're just only $1,000 difference. Naf's been struggling recently. Now I think that's going to lower his ownership, and I think a lot of people will kind of think the same mindset as me, as, let me just get to the top for a Liege and then get some value. So maybe Naf goes a little bit forgotten about if you want to look for a more contrarian option. But personally, again, I think a Liege is the better play. I think he has the most upside of those 2. And he's only $400 discount actually. Sorry, my eyes are it's kind of late here, so I do apologize for uploading this video late as well. But only a $400 discount. So yeah, I'm definitely going to prefer Leech. I think Naf more contrarian option. But yeah, Liquid for cash games, they get at least 2 guys here, maybe even 3. Last game here, we have Bad News Bears versus Envy. Another game that, again, expected to stay close. Envy slight favorites here at minus 155. This one could go either way. On the Bad News Bears side, Dapper, their main slayer, at 9.2K. I think the price tag maybe scares a little some people off. I think he's maybe not the optimal play because there's a lot of really good plays in the 7 to 8K range, but I think that's going to lower his ownership. And certainly, again, this guy has upside. We've seen 70, 80 fantasy points from him. He's really, really aggressive. I watched him a lot, last week or 2. He plays a very, very aggressive style. So I do have some interest there in Dapper. I think he's kind of a boomer bust, but the upside is there for him. The other options, these guys at the bottom, I think, Mitch and Dazzle for value. Dazzle had a really, really good day the other day. They're 71 fantasy points. Not a guy that has enormous upside, but he's under 5K. So certainly you could look to him, pair him with Dapper. Don't even mind Mitch there for a little bit more if you want to go that route. And then on the MD side, another team that, again, is underpriced. It's basically just those Liquid guys that are priced up, and then everyone else is in like the 7 to 8K range. Calyx is a guy, he's their main slayer. Back-to-back kind of subpar games for him at 67 and 50 fantasy points. But before that, we've seen the upside, 91, 85 fantasy points. 91, right? He has that big upside. He is a guy that can put up, again, 80, 90 fantasy points. This game could go either way, but Calyx is the guy that has the most upside for sure. So I do have interest there at that price tag. If I'm looking to pair him with someone, again, I think I'm going to go right back to the wall with Moose. He's been a guy I've been really liking for value on the MB side. I don't think he's going to kill you, and he's at a really cheap price tag. So that little Envy stack there would probably be the way I would go if I'm trying to target Envy. Michu and Nifty have been solid as well in the mid range, but I think I would prefer, if I'm going to get someone in this range, I would just rather pay a little bit more for Calyx. So I think there's a lot more upside. But Nifty, again, he's been solid. Michu as well. I think my preferred plays on the Envy side would be Calyx, would be Moose. All right, so let's talk about cash games and then GPPs for a captain spot. So again, for the captain spot for cash games, personally, again, I would probably be someone on the liquid side, whether it be a Liege at the top or Stewie 2K or Twist or even Nitro at the bottom, right? He is, where's Nitro at? He'd be 5.4K. So if you're throwing in the captain spot, that's 8.1. You have 8.3K remaining. Yeah, again, there's not a whole lot of guys at the top, and there's a lot of really, really good plays in the 7 to 8K range. You can play Nitro and a Liege, honestly, and then probably get a lot of these guys in the solid range, which direction you want to go in either team, right? I think that's a pretty decent way to go about it. And then, again, if we're looking for GPPs, there's a lot of guys that I like for in the captain spot. This Movistar Riders Copenhagen Flames game, I think it goes forgotten about because these teams are not as well known. But again, Farlig and Alex on opposite sides. Those two guys have huge upside. Which way do you want to go? And then again, like guys like Fallen, Quesarado, Rops, Frozen, Hunter, Yuri. There's so many solid plays in that range. I would look to even KNGV. So, yeah, I think that is going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content so far, would really appreciate if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. We are over 3,000 subscribers, 3,000, I believe, still. But yeah, again, I really would, appreciate if you guys could hit that like button. It does help me out to continue to put out this free content for you guys every single day. I'm going to continue to grind out these esports videos until we get regular sports back. So I hope you guys all have a good day. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and I will be back for another video. I don't know if there's a slate on Monday. If not, I will have a video up for Tuesday's Counter-Strike slate. So I'll see you guys then.